welcome. So today we're going to do an ancient practice, which is I've amalgamated two very ancient Qigong systems. One is the Douyin Zhang Fu, which is very old and awesome, and I'm not going to do it justice if I try and explain it. It's actually about sort of massaging the acupuncture points and the body and the organs, which they call the Zhang Fu. And the other amalgamation that I'm putting into the mix today for emotional equilibrium and to reduce stress is called the Wuxing. And the Wuxing is about the 5 elements that they, a branch of Chinese medicine, the 5 elements. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off and recognize that this practice today, which you could instill into a daily practice, is about good posture, breath, mind control or mind quality. So harnessing the mind to make it work for you in a positive way, and we're going to have a little bit of movement as well. So the neuro signature of this blend, if you like, of this daily practice is to regulate your nervous system. That's what's the most important thing here. Okay, so the first thing we do is we will gong in, which is called, which is a respectful thing to do before we do Qigong, and it's about appreciation to the forebearers, if you like, who did the teaching, and we'll do that now. And how we do that is we have an acupuncture point here in between. Often people will talk about this to massage it for headaches, and it's called hair gu, and it's large intestine 4. So we get that part of the hand. You don't have to worry too much about the location of the point. We put it on the side and we roll it back. So that's where we want the hand. To start off, we put the hand there and then we roll it back and we place the hand over the other hand in front of the dantian, which is the energy center just below your belly button. We put our 2 thumbs together, we rest it here. We take the left hand and we gently, don't hyperextend, just gently put it in front of you, a very loose fist. And we take the right hand and we give it a little cuddle and we draw it into our heart space. We don't touch the body though. We go down to the dantian and then we're hands at the side. And we take a little step back and we do a bow of appreciation. Welcome. So that's how we start and end our Qigong practice. So my teacher was very traditional, so that's why we start with that. Now, talking about neurosignature of posture, so important. So in Chinese medicine and Qigong and martial arts, we talk about to align the 9 gates, and they're just seen as energy centers in the body where energy can pool and become stagnant. And then in neuroscience, they see that as often where the nervous system converges and can, perhaps get out of balance. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into, I hope I pronounce this right, the Wu Ji posture, which is very famous, if you like, or well known in martial arts, this posture. And so we're evenly spaced on our feet, and we're shoulder width apart with where our feet are at. I don't have an assistant, so I can't get them to move the camera today, so sorry about that. But if you could just get your feet shoulder width apart, that would be great. And what we do in the Wu Ji posture is we just tilt the pelvis inwards rather than outwards. Okay, so we tilt it in. We want a nice elongated spine. Now the spine like a bungee cord, okay, so elongated, not like steel. We're not in the military. We want an elongated spine, and this is because the nervous system goes all throughout the spinal anatomy and out through the organs. So we want an elongated spine. We want soft knees, okay, not collapsed knees, soft knees, relaxed ankles, tilt pelvis, so you're tilting the pelvis forward, okay, and what we do is we get the pelvic floor and we clench and release. Now we do this in martial arts, we do this in Qigong because there's the microcosmic orbit, it's called. There's 2 main channels that run around the body and that connects them, okay? So there's 2 points that converge, and when we clench the pelvic floors or our buttock muscles, it's with the intention that we're getting the circuit to actually flow. Okay, so weight centered, relaxed waist, pelvic tilting forward, nice and relaxed, clenched pelvic floor, relax. And then what we do is, if you can, pull your tummy in to breathe out. It feels really weird at the start, but you don't have to do this initially. Just when you can, you just pull your tummy in to breathe out, and then fill up with chi and energy in the in-breath, and you're relaxed. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to bring our elbows together, elbows in, elbows out, and then our shoulders, shoulders in, shoulders out. Remember the pelvis. Now what we do when we practice Qigong, okay, is we have the tongue at the roof of your mouth, okay? So place it at the roof of the mouth. Always try, if you can, to breathe through the nose. It's okay if you just don't focus on the breath at the moment. It's all right. But if you can, tongue at the roof of the mouth throughout the practice. Breathe through the nose. Gentle breathing. Never force in Qigong. We don't force any moves. And always relaxed posture, okay? But we want to be upright, and we want the chin in the Wuji posture. We want the chin in, not jutting out, chin in, and we look ahead. We look without looking, so we're not focused. We give a relaxed gaze, if you like. Look without looking, chin in, and then Bahwei is the point on top of the head. We act as if we're on a bungee cord, okay? So Bahwei is at the top of the head, and that is what's holding us up, okay, to heaven. And if you don't like that word, you could think of sky. That would be fine too. Okay, we're ready to start. So this is neurological processes. It's neuro-targeted Qigong movements that I've chosen today in the postural alignment, so in the posture that we've just started in, and it's going to be hopefully a functional and restorative process to your nervous system. So the first starting off is a blending, like I said, of Dao Yin Zhang Fu with the Wuxing, or the 5-element Qigong moves, and both of them, you know, there's a lot more to it than this, but this is a nice little practice that I hope you enjoy. So the first thing is the lung. So what we do is we rub our hands together, okay, and we intend, you can touch the body or you could leave it out of the body, it's okay. For the purpose of this and the mic, I'm going to actually do it outside of my body, but usually in my own practice I would have my hands on. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on the lung. So what I want you to do is I want you to massage 3 times going in towards the heart. So you'd go like this, okay? 3 times in and then 3 times out. Now for the sake of this video, I'm only going to do 3 times each way, but there are practices that for example would do, they always do in 3s in China, okay? So we do 9 times, 12 times, 27 times. So if you wanted to make this practice, you know, go for like half an hour or something, which would be optimal, do it more than 3 times. This is just for the instruction, okay? So in for 3 times, and we're breaking up perverse chi. And perverse chi for the likes of the lung might be some kind of toxicity or illness or bacteria, or it could also be, though, grief. So grief is the emotion connected to the lung in the Wuxing branch of Chinese medicine. So we do this, we're breaking up the chi, and then we go in the opposite direction. So we go towards our shoulders, okay? Wonderful. And then we press the respiration and we breathe out 3 times, and imagine anything that we don't want in the lung, be it grief, be it stuck energy, be it, you know, fatigue, let it out of the out breath. And here you can breathe out with your mouth to release any kind of, you know, perverse chi. That's right, let it out. Now breathe in through the nose and think positive energy filling up your lung, the spaces and the channels or meridians in your body. Breathe it in, and breathe in the positivity of free will. Now what you can do is an added extra, you don't have to, but if you have a propensity for visualization, you can also now visualize the color white, as sealing in the lung energy, the positivity of free will, a blessing of free will. The colour white, and then imagine white filling all of the space of your body, and that will seal in the lung energy as tonification. Fantastic. And then for females, if you could get your right hand and place it on the dantian, just below the belly button, and then put your left hand on top. And for males, it's the opposite. You put your left hand on your body and you put the right on top. So how we finish each exercise for each organ is we place it back on the dantian, and then we go to the next. So the next organ that we do in this process is the kidneys. It's the energy of water in the whooshing. And so what we do is we put our hands loosely in the area of the kidney, okay, just loosely. And what we do with this is we do like we did for the lung, okay. So we take our hands and we go towards the spine first, okay? So towards the spine for 3, but you know in your own practice you might do 12 or 27 if you're keen. And then we're going to imagine that that's breaking up perverse chi, and then we go to the opposite direction. So then we're going outwards from our body 3 times, and then we take a moment and we allow any perverse chi, fatigue, or lack of energy, let it leave your body now with 3 breaths, and you can breathe out with your mouth. Wonderful. And we're going to seal in the positive intention now. We're going to seal in courage. Courage and willfulness, okay, goes in there, and it's a very positive thing. It's about feeling, you know, really a sense of power in yourself, okay? So breathe in courage and willfulness into the kidney area, the kidney meridians and channels and energy in the body. And you seal that with a beautiful inky bluey black, okay, so like a really, really squid ink kind of dark blue black. Don't worry too much about what colour comes to you, if it's dark blue or black, it doesn't matter, just a mix, anything, it's okay. Just seal the area with that, courage and willfulness, and flood your body with that colour. Breathing in courage and willfulness in that colour. Okay, and then we put our hands down on the dantian. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is the liver. It's the wood element in Chinese medicine of the whooshing. And so we put our hands, if you could please, put Lao Gong is a pericardium acupuncture point in the middle, basically, around about the middle of your palm. If ladies, please put your under your right rib cage where the liver is about. Can you please put your hand there and the left on top, and you match Lao Gong with Lao Gong, so you match them like that. And gents, if you could put it the other way around, please. So liver on your body, sorry, left on your body on the top of the liver, and the right on the top. So what we do here is we go, we're going to do the anti-clockwise first to disperse perverse chi in the liver, like frustration and tension. And so what we do, emotional tension, what we do is we go up, and then we go right, bottom, left. So you're not, remember, we're not doing it in a mirror reflection, are we? So we're going up, right, bottom, left. So you've got to do the opposite to me. So if you just think with your hands, you're going to go up gently and then go right, bottom, left. And so we're going to do that 3 times. Yep. And then we're going to go the other way. We're breaking up any perverse chi that we want to rid ourselves in the wood element or the liver element. And then if you could just imagine out of your breath 3 times anything that you don't want in the liver energy and the meridians or in that part of your body, you release it out. Any frustrations, any tensions, any anger. That's it. And now what we do is we take in the new intention, which is generosity, kindness, and free flow of energy. So any of those that feel good to you, breathe it into the area. Generosity, kindness, and free flow of energy. And we seal this by going for the colour green. So the green of the liver or the wood element in the whooshing system is a beautiful, like, you know, a cut lawn, if you like, spring green. Very, very vibrant green. If yours is dark green or pale green, don't worry, just go with it. You know, it's okay. But it's so you know the vibrancy of a cut lawn. It's that kind of green, okay? So we seal the liver energy or the what we've just transmuted with the colour green. And then we flood the whole body, okay, with the colour green. Wonderful. And then we put our hands down to the dantian. And then the next one is the heart, okay? So again, lao gong on lao gong, the palms, and you know which way to go. Men, left hand on the body. Females, please put your right. And we get the acupuncture points in a line. We go onto the, over the heart area, just to the left of the body, on the upper chest. And we go, we're going to break out the perverse chi of the heart, and we go up, right, bottom, left, up, right, bottom, left. That's how we do it, okay? I look a bit mechanical. And so we do that 3 times. In your own practice, you're going to do more than that. And then we go the other way. And we're breaking up any perverse chi in this area. In Chinese medicine, this is the fire element, and the fire element is about sadness, lack of laughter. Okay, so sadness, lack of laughter, lack of joy. If you could just on the out breath, breathe out any perverse energy in this area or any perverse emotions that you no longer need. Just let them out now. Push it out of your energy field, out of your body. Good work. Okay, so what we do now is we're going to breathe in good energy to this area. Okay, really good energy. So what? Of course, it's love, joy, and laughter. Okay, so breathe in that now, nice and deep through the nose. Love, joy, laughter. Love, joy, and laughter. Love, joy, and laughter. So how we seal that is we use a beautiful, vivid, velvet coloured red, okay? So imagine red, breathe it in, imagine it, visualize it, flooding the heart area, the colour red. Breathe it in. Wonderful. And then if you could just flood your entire energy system with the colour red. Wonderful. Okay. And we put the hands back to the dantian. Okay, so the next one is the earth element, and it's the spleen. So what we're going to do, the spleen and stomach basically. What we're going to do here, we can rub our hands, and we go on to the opposite, the liver side. So we go on to the under the left rib cage, thereabouts, under the left, okay? And what we're going to do here is the spleen in Chinese medicine. It's not really related too much to the Western medicine spleen. I mean, it's got a lot more functions in the way the Chinese view it. But it's very tied up to overthinking and worry in Chinese medicine. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe out any overthinking or worry, anxiety, or what else? Any just perverse chi in that area. So let's breathe that out, okay, with 3 breaths. So you can breathe out the perverse chi out of your mouth. Wonderful. And what we're going to breathe in its place, it's really important, centeredness and nourishment. So breathe that in, that you're feeling centered and nourished by life. Centered and nourished. Centered and nourished. Now the colour here is a beautiful gold, or the colour of corn, a cornfield, or marigolds, calendulas, sunflower petals, that kind of vivid sunshine. So whatever yellow or gold colour comes to you, if it suits you to visualise that, imagine it flooding that area on the left side in your stomach and in the spleen area just under the left rib cage, and then let it flood your body. So let's do that now. Beautiful field of sunflowers or corn, sealing in the good intention that you're centered and nourished by life. Wonderful. And let it flood the body. Let it flood the body. Great stuff. Now put your hands down on your dantian. Okay, so that's the practice. So like I said a few times, I'd suggest that you do the movements more than 3 times. 12's good. So what we'll do now is we'll just gong out, but first just correct your posture, if that's okay, for the Wu Ji posture. So we've got our feet evenly weighted and they're shoulder width apart, and we've got nice buoyant knees. Our pelvis is tucked forward, okay, and we've got our arms hanging. We've got little gaps in our armpits where we could hold eggs. Our hands are just loosely cupped by our side, okay. Our chin's in a little bit, okay. Our tongue's at the roof of the mouth. We look without looking, and we've got Ba Hui holding us up, the energy of the sky holding us up. We're nice and buoyant. And if you want to make this a longer practice, you could actually stand in this position for like 5, 10, 15 minutes and just allow, your nervous system to regulate. Because you've opened the 9 gates by making sure that your posture's in alignment. So it's also a wonderful practice, okay? So you can do that. So what we do, I think I forgot to mention this, I did. What we do when we open and close for this is we put our knees together and knees apart, and then we put our elbows together, and then we put our shoulders together, and then we rest. And remember, if you want to, you can take your tummy muscles in slightly to breathe out, and then just relax. Let the chi and let the air fill you up. Okay, take a few breaths, enjoy that. And then we're going to gong out, so we get he gu, the point here, and we roll it on our sides. So we're going to gong out now. Roll it on our sides, hand on hand, and our thumbs touching in front of the dantian. We take the left arm and we put it loosely in front, and we make a small fist, and we hold the right. Give it a little cuddle, bring it towards the heart area, don't touch the body. Breathe down to the dantian, pack that chi, and then we take a little step back and we bow out to everyone who created these traditions, and anyone that's practicing Qigong today, we honour them. And I hope you enjoyed that, and thank you so much for participating, and thank you for your service.